Everybody, I'm Anthony. Rockers live in Yellow Submarine, and today is a day 15 of 30 Day Song Challenge. And this one is a song that someone has shown you. So this one's gonna be a quick storytelling, and how much I'm gonna get into the storytelling first, and then I'll get into the song review of what I think about it. So the story is where I started to get into the Beatles catalog. I started to, because before I became a enormous Beatles fan, I was a huge fan of their music before the breakup, and of course including Let It Be record. And while I was getting into the Beatles catalog a little bit, or well, not a little bit, but I was getting into their catalog quite a bit, and not like a whole lot. I was like already almost I was a fan, but I wasn't a major fan at the time. So my father told me one day that he told me that, have you heard of the Imagine song by John Lennon? And I told him no, and he was shocked. He was shocked. He was like, "Oh, we gotta play that. We gotta play that." So he goes and he actually shows the music video for the song Imagine by John Lennon. That's the one I chose because that's the song my father. Well, I mean, not just the song, but the music video too. Not to mention the song and the music video he showed me, and so far I actually will say this. I know a lot of people love this song, and for good reasons. But my father at the time, he showed me the music video, and the music video I actually really enjoyed it. It doesn't really fit so much to the subject matter, but it's just basically John Lennon and Yoko Ono just basically be together. That's pretty much what the music video is. So it's not like one of those Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas War is over. Like it's so political. But if you're talking about like as like a songwriting structure of John Lennon, yeah, it has a very political activist. Well, I mean not activist, but peace activist. That's who John Lennon was. Or John Lennon is a peace activist and a political was it political fist, something like that around there. But sorry, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a. Don't get me wrong. I have nothing against politics or political is not. I'm not a political type person. I already said this. I'm sorry for putting this in this video or this channel because it's not really for me to talk about political stuff. But this song, I will say, song itself, the composition for it's really good. Even though my biggest complaint about this song, even though I do enjoy this song, is the vocals by John Lennon. Because if you compare his vocals to the early catalog of the Beatles, like around before, or you could basically say like the Place Me to Revolver or Such Personally Husco Band, his voice sounded so different than his later catalog in the Magical Mystery Tour through the Let It Be or through the Abbey Road record. I always say like Let It Be record. People would say this is the final record. I think personally, Let It Be record was recorded before Abbey Road. So Abbey Road I always consider as the final record. So the song, I will say the vocals by John Lennon is not the best personally. I mean he doesn't sing it like annoying. Well, personally, I prefer his vocals from the early catalog of the Beatles because I will say his vocals got a little bit not just different, but a little annoying, if you will. I'm not trying to hate on it, but a little annoying in the later catalog of the Beatles, and then in his solo career, it got a little annoying time to time. And I mean, I will give him respect for trying to make this song. I mean, I will give him respect, and I actually do enjoy the song Imagine. It has a great not to mention I love the string arrangements they added. And I believe Phil Spector, if I'm correct, I believe Phil Spector did the string arrangements in this song and also in the Imagine album or the record. And yes, this is of course the remastered, which I may or may not get the original vinyl. It depends on the timing that I got so far. I may later on in the future because I'm going to get the Beatles record original. So because I got all the albums from the CDs just for the reason why I got the Beatles albums is because like on the albums not on records well so far it's because I want to show my family, my parents and my siblings about the Beatles, the music, so that later on they can really love the band a lot. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, they are very familiar with some of the hit songs, of course. But I believe I told you a story. I don't think I did. Well, I mean, I've already did. But I went to the 1964 tribute, and that was where, the Rolling Stones magazine, I believe it was a magazine. Yeah, it was the magazine. where they confirmed that 1964 the tribute is one of the best tributes from the Beatles, and judging as a critic who actually, well, I mean not critical but or a critic, but how I, because especially looking at the Rolling Stone magazine saying that they're one of the greatest tributes from the Beatles, from the Beatles, and I decided to. Well, my parents got me a ticket for it, and I didn't know at first what was it about, but then I started watching it, or not just watching it, but like watching what or looking at the paper. What was it about? I believe I still have it. Yeah, I do still have it, and I'll be right back. And it was this one, and yeah, it was the Rolling Stone. They said best Beatles tribute on Earth. So yeah, I remember we went there because my parents knows how much I love the Beatles. They decided to pay the money for to see pay the tickets to see the tributes, because I mean they weren't really interested, or even me too wasn't interested in their solo career either. But judging it by tributes, this is way freaking better. This, as far as tributes goes, this is way the freak better. And the tributes has Mark Benson, who impersonates John Lennon, Mac Ruffling as Paul McCartney, Tom Ward as George Harrison, and Bobby Potter played as Ringo Starr. They did such a great job in the tribute. If you have not yet, if you don't like tributes, I understand where you're coming from if you don't like tributes. And if you don't like tributes, then I highly suggest to give this a chance if you don't like tributes. And yeah, this is a really good tribute. But back to the story, the song "Imagine" by John Lennon. So the song, the lyrics itself is it's more on the politics about against war. Imagine all, because the chorus is imagine all the people living for life or peace. Well, I mean some of the lines are a little different in the choruses. Because, I mean, the main chorus is, you may say I'm a believer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be as one. Or we'll join as one. Something like that. Because, I mean, some of the lines in the chorus, they were a little different than the main chorus. But overall, Imagine the song is actually really good. This is probably, it's not one of my favorite it's not one of my favorite Lennon vocals, but it's actually one of my favorite songs from his solo career, I will say. I'm not a big fan of his solo career because, especially when he at the time he broke up with Cynthia Powell. I think he broke up with Cynthia at the time, and he started having a new marriage with Yoko Ono at the time. And I wasn't very interested of checking his solo career out, because then what if it's going to involve not only Yoko Ono's songwriting, but more specifically her vocals, which I cannot stand her vocals. She literally, I can't stand her vocals. Even when, I mean, I know the Beatles didn't really put her vocals that much often. They don't do that, which I'm so glad they didn't. Because I heard some of her songs in her solo career, like not some of her songs. I heard one song, I was like, okay, this was garbage. I tried playing another song from her. I forgot what was it. I don't care what's it called. But there are two songs in a row. Instantly annoyed by her vocals, and I thought it was a joke, but God, she sang horrible. But I mean, I will give her credit. I think the only positive thing I will give to Yoko Ono, at least she stayed true to him before the assassination when Mark David Chapman, the devil who shot him around the time when he was signing autographs at the time. And Mark David Chapman, I believe he was losing his mind at the time. I don't know if did he shot him because not only did he lose himself and has like annoying, or has a hallucination, but did he shot him because of that "we're more popular than Jesus" statement? Is that why he shot him? I'm be curious to know. Let me know in the comments down below if it's true. But yeah, this is day 15 of the song that someone has shown me. My dad showed me the music video, and not just the song, but the music video of it, and I actually like the music video, even though it's not really anything. It's just a music video. It's just a music video of just them walking to the house and just basically John Lennon playing the piano. Yoko Ono's just been like, there's not really anything. I mean, it's basically a song that's basically the music video is more specifically speaking to us about fighting war. I mean, because that's who John Lennon is, a peace activist, and if you know John Lennon, who he is, you're going to get who he's about in his solo career. So in the future, I may or may not get into a solo career. I may in the future, But I'm definitely going to plan on getting his solo or his debut album, John Lennon Plastic Ono Band. Which myself, I already said a bunch of times I can't stand Yoko Ono, even though I do appreciate what she did to John Lennon. At least she stayed true to him. At least she didn't break up with him before he got shot. That would be sad, way sad than before. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, this is day 15. Let me know in the comments down below, what song did someone shows you? It doesn't have to be your father or your mother. It can be anyone, like your friends or like literally anyone, or even your cousin, like anyone. A song that's someone show you. This is not just like music. I mean, you can go ahead and put like music videos in it. I'm just putting like a song that someone showed me. In this song, I remember my dad showed me the music video, and I will say in the song itself, I got a little more respect on John Lennon and who he is, but as a vocalist, not really. I didn't like his vocals in his later career of the Beatles and his solo career. It's almost like George Harrison with his solo career. His voice got their voices got a little annoying after the Beatles. Personally, my personal taste of their vocals, they're not terrible, but it's just like I wish they could have a better improvement of their vocals, just like they did in the early career of the Beatles. So if you guys enjoyed the video, I was about to say Rockers Living Yellow Summary. Like, comment, subscribe, tap the bell for the notifications to go directly to that video, and share this video with your friends and family. Let me know in the comments down below, what song did someone show you? And my social media are in the description, Instagram and Facebook, and I will see you in the next video. Change the world. Please, I keep putting thumbs up in. I keep getting confused. Change the world. Peace and love. And also, keep it banging. Yeah. Rock on.